They live among us, hiding in plain sight. Some are here to protect us. Others mean to destroy us. Their war has lasted for eons. But now it begins a new chapter, unlike anything you've seen before. From Hasbro Studios and The Hub, Transformers Prime is the revolutionary new animated series that launches the beloved franchise into the 21st century. With a bold new look and amazing new adventures, Transformers Prime marks the return of characters, both good and evil. Now, the exclusive sneak peek at the creation of Transformers Prime. Since their first appearance over 25 years ago, the Transformers have grown into a cultural phenomenon unlike any other. Thanks to the revolutionary action figures, fans have been able to join in the fight alongside their heroes.
I was a huge fan of the cartoon in the 80s. I did have a ton of the figures.
I was a Transformers fan growing up. I had my Optimus Prime 18-wheeler that I used to play with.
I've always loved Transformers, and my older brothers, especially my eldest brother, he's 25, he grew up with Transformers, he's obsessed with it.
Did I know about Transformers? Who didn't know about Transformers? When I was a kid, I mean, everybody knew about Transformers.
There's this incredibly rich mythology that Hasbro created, and a backstory and a mythology that they still work very hard to maintain.
With the numerous iterations of Transformers over the years, a mythical base has been built up. You know, those stories have sort of become a history of the Transformers.
I think it's extraordinary. I believe Transformers is fascinating because there is a force bigger than we are that is protecting us.
You shall live here in peace as this world's guardian.
Led by the heroic warrior Optimus Prime, the Autobots are dedicated to the preservation of all life across the galaxy.
We can't ignore the danger. We must conquer it.
Autobots stand as the last line of defense against the relentless attacks of the Decepticons. Megatron and his armies will stop at nothing to destroy Optimus Prime and conquer the galaxy.
We are indestructible!
In stealth form, they look like everything else. Any car could be a robot. It's kind of fun to imagine that.
Anyone coming to the Transformers world, whether it's through a cartoon series, or whether it's through the toys, or whether it's through the movie, is coming to this incredibly rich world that I don't think exists for any other toy property ever. And then once you get into that world, you get into a world of unbelievably cool robots and transforming cars and mega battles. How could you not be in love with that world?
Our goal in Transformers Prime was really to come up with a show that delivered to the longtime fans of Transformers, but also to a new generation of viewers.
Good television is still about characters. It's still about interaction. In Transformers Prime, we're featuring a small group of well-known bots. Optimus, obviously, is still our leader and embodies all the things that Optimus has historically embodied.
Responsibility and respect and dignity and courtesy and kindness and compassion. Those haven't changed at all in Optimus. No, I can't say the same thing for my counterpart here, Megatron.
You're so well put, Mr. Prime.
Megatron returns with all his ego and might and scariness intact. In fact, we've ratcheted it up pretty substantially.
Optimus Prime, I mean, he really literally won't kill a fly, you know. And Megatron will go out of his way to step on a puppy.
It's actually the first time that the voice actor who played Optimus in G1, Peter Cullen, and the voice actor who played Megatron in G1, Frank Welker, are back together again. So that's pretty fantastic.
We go back a lot of years. Yeah. We've done a lot of crazy things.
It starts really in the parking lot. If I can get his parking spot, it's like, and Megatron will try. Remember that dent? That wasn't Bumblebee.
They've been at it, trying to outsmart each other for so many eons. Megatron probably knows Optimus better than almost anyone, aside from Ratchet.
Ratchet is Optimus's right-hand man. He is like your grumpy uncle.
the guy who comes over at Thanksgiving, and maybe you're a little intimidated by him. But by the end of the day, you kind of realize that he's not such a bad guy at all. In fact, he's got your back.
We then have Bumblebee, and Bumblebee is probably the kid of the group. He's still a warrior, still a fighter, but he is probably the most playful of all the Autobots.
We also have a two-wheeler on our Autobot team, RC, who is a really awesome motorcycle.
While she may be smaller than the other Transformers, she is more agile, and she is super smart, she's super tough, and she's sassy.
And Bulkhead, he's our muscle.
He's like the bruiser of the group, if you will. He's a guy who's just ready to rock and roll and, like, you know, smash things up. But at the same time, he's always looking out for his team.
Agent Fowler is concerned for his world, Bulkhead, as he should be.
The Autobots have never seemed more human in any other series, and I think that's one thing that I'm really excited about.
They really have a lot of the same core values as we do.
Raphael needs you.
And I have grown to need him.
Heroes are really defined by the villains, and Transformers has one of the strongest sets of villains in that regard.
Optimus is not so easily destroyed.
Our core group of Decepticons, it's Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave. Megatron's number 2 in command is Starscream.
Well, if you ask Starscream, he is the number 1 Decepticon. Starscream is sneaky, he's devious, he's manipulative. He's not a very nice guy at all.
We really want to dig into who these characters are, what their interaction with each other is, how did they get to know each other, what's it like being on a planet that's not your own.
There is an overall story arc, and you are going to see characters evolve throughout the stories, transform.
I thought there were 2.
Haven't you heard? Humans multiply.
One thing that's unique about Transformers Prime is we're introducing 3 humans into this world of the bots.
We have 3 main teenagers in the show, Jack, Nico, and Raphael, or Raph, as they call him.
He's a little bit more timid, shy, you know, but he's like a tech whiz. The Autobots are kind of lost on some human technology, and I'm just like, oh, it's a piece of cake, you know?
Jack starts out a little introverted, and all of a sudden now there's these massive robots and a whole life outside of the planet that he had no idea even existed.
It's really awesome how they pulled in a few humans so it shows like the human side of it and how people would react to something like this.
Can we go now?
Are you insane? I'm living a dream here in Botswana.
I think every kid secretly wishes that they had a relationship with a Transformer. Kids everywhere can put themselves in the position of these 3 kids and go, I wish that could be me.
This could actually be real, you know, because you never see the Transformers because they're just like cars or like aircrafts or whatever, and then when you leave, they could just transform and start battling and stuff.
Transformers Prime. Unlike anything you've seen before.
Transformers Prime is by far the most advanced, the most complicated, the most technically challenging CG show ever tried for television.
As soon as I knew that it was going to be CGI, I was just like, all right, I can go nuts. I can break the vehicles apart and put vehicle parts wherever the heck I want. It was very liberating.
For us, we really came at Transformers Prime from the perspective of we want to make a movie every week.
The look on Transformers Prime of what we're going for is a very cinematic, film-like feel. We're treating it very live action.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything out there on TV that compares to this.
There's a lot of anticipation for the new Transformers series.
Oh, kids are going to see the coolest animation they have ever seen. I think they get the best of all possible worlds of Transformers and stuff that's never been seen before in this universe.
A lot of the kids love the movies, and this, in my opinion, stands right up to it.
I think girls and women are going to love it just as much as the guys.
It's going to blow everything away. I've never seen anything like it.
The fans are about to have the thrill of a lifetime.
This will be a Transformers as you've never seen it on television.
Now, an exclusive clip from Transformers Prime.
This ends here, cons.
unstoppable. Autobots, roll out.
The battle for our planet is on.
They're back, aren't they? If you are referring to the Decepticons, I have doubts that they ever left.
Catch a sneak peek of the first 2 episodes of the Transformers Prime miniseries event. Episode 1 premieres next, only on The Hub.